I'm Ruby Sharlow, and this is Louisiana on Fire.
Well, all right, guys, we're back, part two. So I need to know too, like you guys, where the cooking came from.
My
What?
mother,
Your mother did that for you.
she was the world's best cook. I remember my dad said, we'd call her Lulut.
Lulut.
Lulut. Why just give my mom that? Her name is Leona. Was Leona. He said, you could make a stone soup and it would taste good. My mother could cook anything.
Anything.
And her mother and her dad lived with us. My grandfather was an Indian.
Wow.
I remember him. And my grandmother was a good cook, and so was mom. So I would watch them. I always was. They would call me nosy. I wasn't. I wasn't nosy. I was curious.
Right.
I wanted to see what they do. I wanted to learn.
Right.
I would read all the time, and my daddy would say, "Girl, you better put that book down and come do your work." I said, "Oh, can't finish reading," but when I could, I would.
Go back over there, huh?
Yeah.
And just
I
watch.
thought myself, really,
Really? Wow.
because I did not finish high school. No, I went back to night school to get my GED,
Really?
and I loved school. I wanted to finish, but after Daddy died, my mom had to go to work, and I had to go to work
Yeah, to help with the
to
family.
help with the family. And I did not want my brother. I had a younger brother and a younger sister. I wanted them to finish school. So yeah, and they did.
Wow.
But I went cleaning houses, babysitting,
Anything you can do.
anything I could do to help mom.
Wow.
Because we had, I remember when the lady came to put us on welfare. And I said, not me. She said, what you mean, young lady? I said, I'm not, don't put me on welfare. I was afraid the kids was going to laugh at me.
Mm.
Because in those days when you was on welfare, they'd laugh at you.
Make fun of you.
And I said to myself, if I get on welfare, no,
Didn't
I
want
don't want to be independent. I
Right.
want to make my own way.
that. Right.
And I didn't get on. She said, well, that's $80 less a month that your mama gonna miss. I said, well, I'm gonna go to work. She said, no, stay in school. And I should have. If I'd have known my taxes was paid for that, I would have stayed.
We would have stayed.
I'd have stayed. But I'm glad I did.
I'm glad too, because look what you guys created by making that decision.
At 15 years old.
15 years old.
I said, no,
Wow.
not welfare.
Didn't want to do that.
I would clean houses and I would babysit. Jack was working for the people where he would work, and he told me, I'm not letting not one of our kids work here. He wouldn't even let them go pick the pecans.
Hmm. No,
Not my child.
that's not for my kids.
That's not what I want them to do.
Right.
Wouldn't even let them do that. And I had started working again for the family. And every time he passed, he'd shake his head. He said, I hate seeing you in that kitchen. So I quit. He
Didn't want you doing that. So better for you.
yeah.
Right.
Then I said, he said, well, if you go back to night school, I will babysit and you can go.
Wow.
And I did.
So you went to night school and babysitting in the daytime, and Mr. Jack was working in the daytime.
He'd take care of the 7 kids at night for me
Wow.
to go to school.
And they didn't give Mr. Jack no problem
Oh,
because
of course not.
so it was easy on him.
And it was so funny. He'd go bathe the kids.
Yeah.
He helped me so much. Then I always come back with the t-shirts backwards or the other way. I wouldn't say nothing. I said, I'm not gonna tell him.
Right. Not gonna say nothing. And they was too scared to say something. They
Uh-uh.
probably knew it
I
was
said,
wrong,
oh,
but
you know, fine, go ahead. When he turned
Right.
his back, I checked.
come on, come on. Change your shirt.
Oh Lord, we had some wonderful years. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and a lot of sacrifices.
Yes. We didn't know it was a sacrifice. You can't miss what you do not have.
Mm. Right.
You got to miss what you need to have. And don't just sit there and miss it. Go out and get it.
Right. No, it's not gonna come to you.
No matter where you come from. If you don't know where you come from, you'll never know where you're going. I say, I know I come out the country fields, but I'm not staying there.
Right.
I wouldn't even dance with the country boys.
No?
I was so scared I was going to have to date one and marry one. Ain't no way. So y'all not making me pick cotton the rest of my life.
Right.
No way.
Wow.
And I meant that. He better say thank God he was from the little town of Churchford.
Right.
Because I wouldn't have dated him. Oh no.
How can you say no to that? Look at the hair that man has. Almost 90 years old, and he still got those locks, those beautiful locks there. Man, that's amazing.
He's amazing. He is an amazing man, really and truly.
Right. And so whenever you guys, let's go to whenever you decided, hey, you were working at the cafeteria. Let's go to that. How did that start for you?
Okay. I started working at the cafeteria because I made sure that my kids would leave with me and come back home, and I was home.
Mm-hmm.
So we would get off at 2, and most of it was at the school that I was.
Right.
And they didn't want nobody to they didn't want me to tell them anything in line. Like if they was passing line, Mom, don't tell them. They was embarrassed.
They was embarrassed that Mama was working at the cafeteria.
Hi, baby, how you doing? No, that's what they thought.
They say, oh, you gonna say like, all that, embarrass them in front of their friends.
But I didn't.
No. Wow, you better than me. I would have. I would embarrass. I embarrass my kids today. Absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes it's a good thing.
Right.
Working at school too.
Mr. Jack was working at school too?
I was a janitor.
Yeah, and when we moved to Lafayette.
Okay.
But this is when we was in Churchford.
In Church Point. Okay.
He was working for the Poles, some last name.
Yeah.
He was like a father to those kids. In those days, the rich people in Churchford had nannies, nurses, and all of that. Like
Right.
you read in those storybooks where they
Right.
had nannies. That really happened.
That was really going on
That
at
was
Church Point at the
really,
time.
Really going on.
Wow.
When I was working for this family, the mama didn't even know what size the child wore. I did.
Wow. You
That
knew
was
everything.
like my child,
Right.
my children. And today, those
They
kids
didn't bring 'em to school
never,
either.
ever
They
forgot
went to
us.
school, to the doctor,
They
and everywhere.
moved away,
Music
but they
lesson
still
everywhere
come.
they went.
I was gonna ask you if you still
Oh yes,
really.
oh yes, they still come. They love us.
Wow.
We're like a family.
Right. I mean, I just met Tim Senior, and
Yeah.
they treated us like family.
Tim wanted to know the past.
Mhm.
He wanted to know.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I'm the same way. I'm in the same way. Might be a Tim thing.
Might be. He went on. Oh my God. He went and found out everything that we didn't want to know.
He told me that he went and traced back the ancestors and everything. Really? Wow.
Biracial.
Really?
Not me, no.
No.
I just took after my daddy,
Right.
but he is.
Did not. And that was something that Mr. Jack didn't know? Wow.
Yeah,
A little
I think
bit?
he did.
Wow.
In his heart, but I checked with him before I let Timothy trace him,
Right.
and he was okay with it.
Yeah.
And we didn't do nothing with it. We had the family reunion. We didn't mention none of that.
He told me
It's
about
too
that.
long ago. Leave sleeping dogs alive.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's best,
Right. Yeah.
and that's what we did.
Right.
Because Jack's mom Jack's grandmother gave his mom and the oldest brother to a white family. So she really, they were slaves.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's things that I've told my parents and my grandparents are gone. I wish I would have done it while they were still here, but I'd like to do the same thing and find out where I came from. I know where I was born, but why I got these eyes that I have, things of that sort.
Every body that's had older parents, there is a mixture. I don't care what you say. There is.
Right.
Because those moms or those women that worked for these families, if they decided that was who they want to have a child with or to sleep with, they didn't have no say so.
Right.
You did what the master said do. But my mama didn't, because my mama didn't work, but his mama did because she lived with him.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. Sweetest lady you could ever want to meet. And she lived to be 97 years old.
97. Wow. To see the world through her eyes for
Yes.
97 years.
Oh my God. I would, after my mom died, she was like my mom.
Yeah. Cool.
And then Jack has one brother left. That's it, I just got him. We lost all out. In 2019, I lost 2 sisters. Jack lost 2 brothers. All in a month, all 2.
Wow.
We had a funeral every week.
Jeez. It had to be tough.
It was. But the toughest thing in the world is losing your child.
I don't even want to
Don't take a
imagine.
life. Don't. Because I never dreamed. He was, 58 when he died. And he lived with us, right? In the mother-in-law suite, we call it.
Mm-hmm.
But he was an alcoholic. But he was a functioning alcoholic.
Right.
Good child, would never hear it. And so spoiled behind me.
Yeah.
Big baby. But I'm so happy that I was like that with him.
Yeah.
His girlfriend would say, he's nothing but a big baby. I said, my big
My
baby.
big baby, right.
And always will.
Right. Yeah.
But coming up, I think in those times, I don't know if you know, everybody got their own religion, and I'm not
Right.
talking.
Mm-hmm.
I think the girls, or especially me, to myself, I was protected by the Blessed Mother, because I came so close to being raped.
Wow.
I remember I would clean houses. So this Saturday, I was going to clean an apartment, and my oldest brother, he said, "Ruby, whose apartment you going to clean?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "Well, you sure not going by yourself? I'm going to go with you." And I remember climbing those steps, and we opened the door. The man told me, "Where you think you going? You ain't getting in." Brother, nah.
Bam. Right there. Protecting the sister.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
The things I had
Yeah,
experienced.
The things we had to do, the things we experienced is right. So many. And then when I went to open the restaurant, I couldn't get no money. They didn't want to loan me anything. And I had a home, paid for, beautiful home in Lafayette. Worth a lot of money. It was
Right.
paid for,
Paid for already.
but they wouldn't let me.
Wouldn't even put that up as collateral, nothing like that.
Nope.
No matter what you could do, they were still just denying you.
Oh no, it denied me so many things. But that's okay.
You found a way.
But there's a will, there's a way.
Right.
And look, you don't have to go very far.
Wow.
You just gotta know who to go to.
Right.
Okay.
Well, who gave you that chance? Like, who gave you that?
Well, I guess Timothy and Wade together. I remember when we opened number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I had $4,000 saved in the bank.
Right.
That's what I bought. The restaurant was already furnished, but we didn't have plates and all this stuff.
Okay.
And that's what somebody sold me. It was going to open a restaurant, and they changed their mind. So they sold me everything they had for $4,000,
Wow.
and I bought it.
Everything you had saved up, you said here.
Yeah. I said, well, we broke.
What we do now?
We make more money
Right.
and catch up. And that's what we did, and we just kept going after that. We looked at all kind of restaurants. Timothy said, Mom, we have looked at 5 restaurants. I said, when the right one come up, I'm going to know.
He said that about when you guys were for the house too. He said that you guys were doing the same thing, and he did the same thing with Miss Liz. Same thing. He said we're not rushing. When the right one comes, we will know.
And it's true.
Wow.
Because when we bought this house, my kids had a fit. They thought I had moved to New Jersey. I said, y'all have to take it or leave it. But I said, before we buy it, I'm going to ask, that was Neil then. I said, Neil, would you mind moving? You live in an apartment. You can have the other side. He said, okay. I said, if you sure, then we'll buy. And
He said yes, and he came and stayed with you guys.
And never left us. He worried about us. He used to tell Wayne, it's time for you to come babysit.
I don't know how Miss Neal be worried about you guys the way you guys up and moving all the time.
They don't have, my
Can't stop
daughter
y'all.
here, she don't have to do nothing for us.
Nothing.
She brings us when we need to go. She take us to the doctor. She goes shopping. But other than that, we do everything on our own. They be fighting. Which one to go mop? Which one to go vacuum? So I said, y'all can do it because I'm not.
They be fighting to clean.
Yeah.
Wow. Mr. Jack said, I got this.
Yeah, I woke up this morning. Janelle in the kitchen. I said, what are you doing in the kitchen this time of morning? Well, I didn't close the kitchen down last night. I said, she would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and mop.
Really?
Girl is crazy.
She must get that from Mr. Jack, huh, since they fight to clean up.
Just alike. I'm living with 2 Jacks.
Oh. She quiet though? She don't talk a lot?
Oh, yeah, no,
No, she
no,
talk.
She talk.
She talk.
Oh, that's my baby.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
She's a beautiful girl.
Dang, man.
I've had 2 husbands. And I look at her, I said, that's because you don't have a husband. Anybody can live with you? She said, well, you live with Dad.
Oh yeah, yeah. Y'all figured it out though. Y'all figured it out. That cup of coffee in the morning every morning and the treadmill, good to go. And let him mop. Let him mop. Make sure you let him
I
mop.
don't care. He with the vacuum cleaning it, and her with the mop.
And let him mop. Oh, and the Coke and the Sprite.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need yes.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's it.
That
That's
sounds like
I
the
don't need a lot.
don't need a lot. That sounds like the secret to a successful marriage right there.
Right.
Wow. Coke and Sprite. Mopping. Coffee in bed, and treadmill every morning.
And she tell me, she said, y'all don't ever argue?
That's not fun.
I said, look, life is too short to, because nobody wins an argument. Because when that argument is over, that person still think he's right, or that other person still think they're right.
Right.
So why waste your time and your breath?
Right. And then you can't argue with Mr. Jack. He don't talk.
When it comes to arguing, he can't.
Oh yeah.
Don't ever raise his voice.
No. Same tone the whole time.
Yep.
If he mad, same tone. If he happy, same tone.
Yeah.
You just don't know.
No. And I've been married to him for 68 years. and still don't know.
Still don't know.
And you know what? Not trying to find out.
Yeah. Nope, y'all good. Y'all figured it out.
That's
Y'all
it.
good. Don't worry
Let it
about
be.
that.
If
Yeah.
it's not broken, don't fix
Don't
it.
fix it. Yeah. That's amazing. I did want like so whenever you were younger and you were learning how to learning stuff from cooking and whatnot, what made you say, you know what? I want to try this on my own. I want to open up my own thing.
Yeah.
Did people try your food and say, Miss Ruby, you need to go ahead and open up a
So
restaurant?
many people had said that.
Yeah.
Because I did catering before I opened the restaurant. And so many young people came to me. I want to open a restaurant. My mama cooks so good. I say, honey, that has nothing. You can't open a restaurant because your mama cook good or your wife.
Can't do that.
No.
Right.
Wayne had to write up a proposal.
Really?
Oh yeah. Saying how much you think you're gonna make for the first 6 months, the whole thing, in
Wow.
order for us to get the money from the bank.
For them to approve you guys.
And he wanted me to see, Mom, it's not just opening the restaurant. There's so many other details.
Right.
So we started from scratch with nothing.
With nothing. Got the plates from these people
Yeah,
and
brought the
utensils
whole
and all
thing,
that. Got
yeah.
the building,
The forks, the knife, we got everything.
everything. And started from there. You
Yes.
guys had any employees or?
Nope. That's my daughter-in-laws.
Mm-hmm.
Not Liz, because Liz was working.
Yeah.
Darren's wife and my two nieces. That's how we opened up. It
Wow.
was like a family business.
Right.
On Sundays when we started with the barbecues, the daughters would come. I have 3 daughters.
Yeah.
And they would all come work for free. We didn't have no money.
No money.
I
Just
said we could feed you.
yeah. There you go. Sometimes that's enough.
Yeah.
That's payment enough right there.
So we started from scratch and ended up where we are now.
Wow. And you had Mr. Jack helping out with Mr. Jack. What you was doing at this time, Mr. Jack?
When she had them 3 restaurants,
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I was working at school in Lafayette.
Okay.
And I quit my job in school to go do all her delivering
So you was doing all the delivering of the catering.
and pick up whatever she needed.
Come on.
And fix everything because he's a Mr. Fix-It.
And they didn't
Jack
have-
of all trades.
Yeah.
That's why his name.
Nobody for nothing. I did it all.
Did it all. Wow.
Yeah,
Team effort.
so I said we came a long way, baby.
Y'all did. Y'all did. And like everything you guys created is trickling down to the kids and the grandkids and the great grandkids and everything of that sort. Because I haven't met a family. The ones that I have met all have a good spirit, good heart, big heart. Just give you the shirt off their backs and everything. And you guys are a walking testament for what you guys have done for
Other
your
people.
kids and the
Others.
community.
I have taken, and I'm not bragging, please.
But you
'cause I don't-
should. But you should.
I have took my shoes off my feet to give to one of my workers.
Wow.
Liz told me, how you gonna go home? I said, I'm gonna borrow your shoes back. They said, you better bring them back. She said, Miss Ruby, you can't do that. I said, oh, yes, I can.
Wow.
Because I had some very, very, very poor people that worked for me.
Wow.
They didn't have nothing. One girl don't have another baby. She didn't have. I said, "Do you have clothes for that baby?" She said, "No, Miss Ruby." I went to Missouri to visit Wayne, and there was a little shop would sell secondhand
Right.
clothes. And I went there and I bought everything that baby needed.
Really? Everything.
If one needed a car fixed, I never loaned no money because I was not in loan company. And I told him that.
Right.
I'd rather give you. Don't ask me to borrow.
Don't. Yes. Because
That's
I'm
the
not
worst thing
expecting
you
it
can
back.
do.
Right.
I don't want it back.
Right. Wow.
If I would sit down and tell you the things, I say, oh, I hope God has a little black book. One lady said, you better have a tablet and a big one. No, we when we moved here, we were the first blacks in this.
In the area here?
Yeah.
Wow. And that like
We
was
still don't know the neighbors, okay? You know,
Hey, y'all just quiet. Y'all keep to yourselves and
Yeah.
everything. Nothing wrong with that.
I didn't know about it. But I,
Well, I don't know. The neighbors here is just not friendly, so
You just keep to
if they pass, I just wave.
Jack is friendly. He will speak to you, holler at you. I push back a little bit until,
You see how they are.
Yeah.
Their energy.
right.
Yes, right. But Mr. Jack just hey,
Yeah,
and he
he
just
don't
kind of
care. You just holler at everybody.
yeah. He just hey, keep moving.
And if they don't
right.
holler, he didn't speak, I said so.
Wow.
But if the neighbors, we have one neighbor, she's 91, she could be 92.
Yeah.
We help take care of her.
Really?
She has no family. We're her family.
Really?
I said, I bet you never thought you was gonna have a black family.
Wow. Yeah, because of the back then when how she grew up, I'm
Yes.
sure. Wow.
Neil was like her grandson.
Right.
We do everything for. One Sunday, I told him, I said, let's go visit Miss Roberta. All the kids, the boys. When I saw that place, I said, oh my God. I said, okay, boys, y'all can get ready to start cleaning.
Mm.
He cleaned up that whole place.
Really?
Jack, they had so much junk around there. He must have killed about 15 snakes.
Wow. And she was living in all that.
She didn't know both.
Right. Whoa. That's
We
wow.
still take care of her.
Still to this
We
day.
still feed her every day.
Yeah.
Send her food. Jack will do everything need to be done. Janelle helps her. Bring over, yeah. But we did that in Lafayette too.
Right.
There was an older couple that lived across the street,
Mm-hmm.
and Janelle said, Mama, start bringing them some food when you come back from. So every day I'd bring them a plate of food.
Right.
Then the old man died, and so Jack would go fix anything that would break, and I would go clean her house. That's what she'd do. She'd follow me from room to room. Yeah, sure, you got to pass that.
Trying to critique you, make sure you don't miss that spot.
Oh my God.
She finally got somebody to help out, so she was taking advantage, make sure everything was clean.
Make sure it was clean.
Wow.
That didn't bother me.
No, y'all got some big hearts. Some big hearts. And the fact that y'all went through everything that y'all went through in a different time, and that y'all still have the heart of gold that y'all still have today is amazing. It's amazing.
When the last time I went to the bank to borrow money to open number 2,
Mm-hmm.
they wouldn't lend me a dime.
Really?
And this young man, 21 years old, borrowed $100,000.
Wow.
And in 6 months, he had lost everything.
Everything.
The bank lost too. Oh, I felt bad for him.
Mm-hmm.
But I said, well, y'all would have did better lending it to me. I would have got y'all money back.
Right. Right.
And the guy who I went to was my guy. And I invited him to lunch. After that, I said, he said, well, it was not up to me. I said, yeah, but you didn't fight for me.
Mm-hmm. Right.
That's what you needed to do. You needed to go that extra mile for me. You knew I was good enough to borrow that money.
Right.
But you didn't do that. I said, learn how to do that.
That was a lesson for him.
Yes. Oh, it was.
Wow.
It was. So I said, what was your reason? I had all the credentials. Y'all could have,
Right.
y'all knew I was going to pay that money back.
And you already had one already open,
Yes.
so wow.
And every month, they would send either the fire department or the somebody to come badger me. One day they blocked the road. People couldn't come in. I said, okay, I'm going to call Channel 10 right now. Let them come out here. Oh, no, we're leaving.
Really? Giving you a hard time.
Oh, one fireman told me he would come to the same church with us. He said, Miss Ruby, this is my last time coming here. I can't do that to you no more. I said, don't lose your job at Academy. Because guess what? I'm not going nowhere.
Yeah.
And you can go back and tell them.
Right. Not leaving.
You see, I was right across the street from jewelry company, Matt Stoller.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we'd feed, yeah. Everybody wanted to be there. But I was there. And I wasn't going nowhere.
Nowhere.
The day we left, they all cried like babies.
Oh, people still talk about y'all for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
Wow.
That man, he said, I'm not, somebody don't want you here. I said, somebody don't own this city?
Right. They can keep trying. We're not going nowhere.
It's not going to work.
Everything y'all done been through, it didn't stop y'all then. It ain't gonna stop y'all now.
No.
Right.
Don't ever give up on your dreams and your hopes. I don't care how hard it is, don't give up.
Yes, ma'am.
I know Jack thought I was crazy when I went over that first restaurant.
Yeah.
He said, I'm not going. I'm not even going to visit. I said, okay.
Mr. Jack said, I'm not going.
Not going there. You're going to stick yourself over there. Yeah.
He didn't want to have no part of that.
He's a pessimistic.
Yeah.
I am
Optimistic,
I'm
yeah.
an optimistic person.
Likewise.
I always see the brighter side.
Yes. Right. I'm the same way.
Yeah. And keep thinking that way.
Yes, ma'am.
Because that's the only way you can get ahead.
Gotta think positive.
If I could just tell our black guys, go to school, get an education, or you are going to stay poor the rest of your life. Education is the name of the game. If instead of work to Walmart, own a Walmart.
Right.
That's what I used to tell my grandchildren. That's what you want to do. You don't want to work and then you want to own it.
Right.
And the only way you can do that is with an education. Now, sometimes you might get lucky, but that's far in
Right.
between.
The chances of that are slim.
The chances are very slim.
Right. Wow.
So, young people, go to school.
Go to school.
Don't go on welfare and depend on the government.
No.
No, he got to own you. Own yourself.
Right. And especially for everything that you guys have done for us to pave the way. I mean, we can't just
keep it up.
Right. We can't just
Keep
sit
this
there and
going.
just look for a handout for everything that you guys experienced to get your kids and grandkids and everything where they're at now. So I agree with you for
I
sure.
had a young lady working for me, such a hard worker. She said, I wish I could read. She said, I said, you can learn. So you would buy this package where they would teach you. I don't know how they called it. I don't remember. But I bought it for her to learn how to read
Wow.
the tickets.
Right.
I said, don't let nobody tell you you're dumb. You are not.
No.
You're
Right.
not.
Right. Yo, it's yeah, what's up? Yeah. Got that? Okay. Yeah. Over 3? Oh yeah, this is awesome. We're doing good.
You got so many
Yes.
awesome stories.
Look, guys, look. If you want to catch more, stay tuned for part 3. It gets better. Watch. Just watch. What's up, Louisiana? Thanks for watching another episode of Louisiana On Fire. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share. Oh, and don't forget to hit that bell so you can be notified for the next episode.